some of the video clips. And I noticed something that I want the minister to take interest in. And that is, there was one of the ladies, a soldier, that was trying to pull her colleagues away from beating people. And what came in my mind, Minister, that's why I want you to take interest, is, was there a single command, or there could have been two commands, or various? Because how can you have a group that is so happy to beat people and you have this other person who is pulling them away? That tells you there could have been a problem. Right, Honorable Speaker, one time on the floor of Parliament here, I stated that we are sending these policemen and soldiers out there. We don't know what is in their heart, because in their training, some of the things they are sent to do, they don't like. They know that it is not professional to be sent to do what they are being asked to do. And one day, like my sister stated, if one of them gets annoyed, and that is why we also need to question whether some of them are doing it because they think they should do that, or they are doing it with the intention of actually spoiling the name of the government. You never know. Minister, you need to take interest, because some of them may be not happy and they think they should do something extreme in order to spoil the name of the government. So you need to look at all this if anything positive is supposed to come. Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Anifa.
And thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I want to thank the Minister for his statement, and I also want to thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, for having brought this debate on the floor. I want clarification from Honourable Minister. I want to talk about fellow members of Parliament. When you look at their charge sheets, and even others that were arrested, all the charge sheets, most of them are talking about public nuisance. But I don't know whether you took a look in the penal code about the ingredients of public nuisance. Because our MPs, I was with Honorable Nyeko in the same area, then who was grabbed, who was standing. Then they came and grabbed him. Later on the charge sheet, you wrote on the charge sheet that the offense is the public nuisance. So do you know about the ingredients of public nuisance?
Honorable Anifa, you're going into uncharted waters, sub judice, Rule 73 is already charged. Please, these are not issues we can discuss here.
So thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. I want to talk about the law that has the government forgotten about the laws of Uganda. And in this case, about these people who arrest civilians, there are procedures of arresting people. There are also procedures of arresting members of Parliament. But these people who, the masked people and the JAT people, I do not know whether they are under the laws of the procedures of how people are supposed to be arrested. I want clarification on that. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, Honorable colleagues, let me clarify for you. And please don't get me wrong, okay? If you're a member of Parliament and you are caught right in the act, they don't need to leave you to go and then come right to the speaker summoning you. No. Okay? So they take you from there, and then they take you, and then we start following up. Yes? No, I want you to know, please get me clearly. Because you're going to be a member of Parliament, we can also be thieves, by the way. So you go to rob someone's home, and when they come to arrest you, you say, no, you first go to the speaker to get permission to arrest me. So there are incidences when you are taken right away. But that does not mean, yes, I'm telling you, that does not mean that I'm saying that our MPs shouldn't be arrested using the usual methods we use. I remember the Honorable Sewanyana, the Honorable Segirinya, they were sent someone through here. But where your court write in the act, honorable colleagues, that won't apply. Honorable Mpuuga.
Thank you, right, Honorable.
Honorable Mpuuga, I'll go to Honorable Kaberuka. Then Shadow Attorney General. Oh, no, not Shadow Attorney. Shadow Minister for Justice? Abdara, your Shadow Minister for what? Internal Affairs. Oh, Shadow Internal Affairs is Honorable Namboze. But she has just come. So I'll give the one who has been here. The former. I know they talk together.
Much obliged, Right Honorable Speaker. Right Honorable Speaker, the Minister of Internal Affairs, who has just read the statement, is one of the better schooled military officers in this land. And I'm very sure that statement was just dropped on his desk when he was rushing to come to this house. I decline to imagine that it is his statement. Somebody must have written something, he was in a hurry, and he came to read it. Otherwise, how would the General David Muhoozi, that I think I know fairly, make reference to the fact that some of these victims were part of an illegal parade, and therefore their treatment seemed like an act of reprisal, revenge, and retribution, which has no space in the laws of the land? That can never be a statement from the Minister of Internal Affairs that I know. Somebody simply dropped it on his desk. Probably can explain whether the actions of Kawempe were punishment in retribution, and then probably educate us on their space in the laws of the land, given some illegal military parade alluded to in the statement. But Honourable Speaker. Secondly, the honourable member, I forget the name, made reference to the fact that if the EC is constrained and stretched, they can actually make request for backup. May we know from the minister whether there is such a request from the National Commission? And in their request, they have formally requested for JAT to support them, not any other security agency. And explain to us the nature of stress that compelled them to make that request. 3, the people involved in the videos and on the ground are all hooded. May we understand from the minister, under what circumstances would people enforcing the laws of the land be hooded and therefore hide their identity while executing a public duty? So that we can also advise citizens on their mode of hooding themselves to counter. Right, Honourable Speaker, the point I'm making is that we are running into dangerous territory where purported law enforcement is being done by people without identity, which is why you've had between police and the army each denying knowledge of the hooded individuals. So may we know whether there was a mutiny in one of the security forces, whether the military is experiencing a mutiny, and therefore some people are acting out of hand, so that we can alert the nation that there are some hoodlums at large, and therefore capable of harming the public, because they have no identity, they have no identifiable command and control, and therefore they're like a wall of them on the street. Right, Honourable Speaker. Very finally, right, Honourable Speaker, the Honourable Bashisha, a very, very honourable lady, with pain, made allusion to the fact that she had that experience in her territory during the last election, and that the 3 people, the victims, were not even involved. Nobody involved or not involved should ever be a victim of a civil.
Thank you. Time, Honorable Abdara Swanuka. Then Honorable Kaberuka.
Inhuman treatment on Sunday, bounded into a drone, tortured, slapped, pushed under the chairs of the drone, and told not to look in front anywhere until I found myself having been dropped at Kawempe police station. This happened in the eyes of only one person whom I happen to identify, who is the DPC of Kawempe. When I reached Kawempe, I was slapped in front of the camera at the counter of police station at Kawempe. There is a camera. And I was slapped, undressed with my attire which I was putting on, which is an overall, red, and I was told that is an army attire. And I asked him, since when is this an attire of police or an army? Right, Honorable Speaker, everyone here can tell his or her own story. In my own constituency, which is Mukono North, I take it that I went through the worst election, and I was declared the last among all of you. Why? Somebody tried to use SFC, use the army, abducted, and it is my constituency where most of those people whom you are hearing who were abducted, where they came from. And it started like that, and this is what is happening in Kawempe. Up to now, Kanata Muhammad, Sempi Jawida, who are from my constituency, they have never been traced again. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Please. You don't do that. Honorable Kaberuka, you switch on for yourself and you thank me. That's not how we work. Yeah.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. First of all, I want for sure to thank you for allowing this debate in this House. And I also want to extend my appreciation to the Honorable Bahati on behalf of the government, and some semblance of, appreciation of the situation from the Minister of Internal Affairs. Honorable Speaker, when you look at the social media now, you find Uganda, you cannot differentiate it from Congo, where there are M23 against the Congolese, vice versa, and the people are moving. They are being held in the Changwari. What is the cause of this? Dishonesty. Mr. Speaker, the minister ought to tell this House who these people that beat Ugandans are. If he is to restore hope in Ugandans, let him tell us who they are. Or if he has no time to enlist them, let's give him time to bring a list of those people who beat Wananchi. But when we continue massaging this situation, it will escalate. Because, Mr. Speaker, everybody, someone said that what is the food for the gander is the food for the goose. What's good for the gander is good for the goose. And this is not selecting opposition, it is happening to NRM as well. Some other DCs have started, some other DCs have started intimidating people, Mr. Speaker, and they are saying, we are going to come for you.
Honorable Kaberuka, how we behave here, when the microphone is off because of time, you ask for more time. You don't switch on, then you continue business as usual. Honorable Ndezi? And I saw they gave you little time, I would have added you, but because of what you've done, I'm not able. Honorable Ndezi?